I'm now going to hand it over to David Schwartz.
Thank you, Assemblyman. I don't have too much to add other than the fact that these two guys are just heroes of mine. It takes a lot for Assemblyman Weprin to introduce a bill where the entire medical society is going to be against it, okay? And as my other hero, Bill Drake, said, who is just an incredible advocate for esophageal cancer awareness, there are 30 billion reasons why the doctors are going to be against this bill. And you know what? My fight is not with the individual doctors, okay? The individual doctors, they go to work, they don't really know any better. It's a conspiracy on the part of the medical societies and the way medicine is taught. They don't even learn T&E in medical school. And the reason why they don't learn T&E in medical school is because there are 30 billion reasons why they don't learn it in medical school. I get the fact that doctors have to make money and they have to earn a living and they have to feed their families, but they cannot earn a living and feed their families on the backs of innocent patients. They just cannot. They cannot do that.
Uninformed patients.
And someone's going to have to stand up for the patients. Someone's got to stand up for the patients. We're standing in front of a building right now where in August of 2014, Joan Rivers went in for a very simple procedure. It was a simple procedure just to analyze her vocal cords, just to study her vocal cords, because everybody remembers Joan Rivers' famous voice and the vocal issues that she had. That procedure absolutely, undoubtedly could have been done by means of a transnasal esophagoscopy. Could have been done in 5 minutes. If you go onto our website, we have a video of the procedure. I ask you all to go onto our website so you can see with your own two eyes on how easy the procedure is. The website is safeendoscopy.com. safeendoscopy.com. And Bill, what's your website?
It's ecaware.com.org. ecaware.org.
This is very dark, and this is going to be a fight. You're going to hear a lot of propaganda from the other side. But what the other side can't do is they can't own the facts. The bottom line is, I want to talk about the bill for a second. There's three pieces to this bill. Number one is the Joan Rivers portion of the bill, the T&E bill, where the bill mandates transnasal esophagoscopy with exceptions. We believe that at least half the procedures could be done by means of T&E. There are 10 million procedures every single year. 5 million could be done by T&E. That would save the healthcare system $15 billion a year. So there's all kinds of talk about the escalating healthcare costs of Obamacare. United Healthcare alone said they would be losing $1 billion this year. This bill by Assemblyman Weprin could obviate that just by passing this one bill. United Healthcare would not be losing $1 billion a year. So we're hoping the insurance companies will also come out for this. Even the darker secret, which is addressed in this bill, though, is the issue of cross-contamination. It's a separate issue, but it's related. There are 270,000 cases of cross-contamination every single year in the United States. It could be a common cold, it could be a small case of cross-contamination, but it could be hepatitis, it could be tuberculosis. We've had cases of Crutchfield-Jacobs disease, and we see the UCLA outbreaks of the superbug. We've had those outbreaks. It is impossible to sterilize an endoscope. Absolutely impossible. We're asking for that standard to be met because of the channels in an endoscope. It is impossible to clean an endoscope. I challenge anyone to go to the service centers where they service these endoscopes. And what you'll find when they take the parts out, you'll find blood, you'll find mucus, you'll find fecal matter stuck in these endoscopes because they cannot properly clean it, and that's why we have the issue of cross-contamination today. The doctors are being intellectually dishonest. They are being intellectually dishonest because they don't want to face the problem. They're trying to hide it, they're trying to put it under the rug, and as patient advocates, we are not going to allow that. We are not going to allow it to continue. We want to sit down, we want to have a dialogue, but we thank Assemblyman Weprin for his bill and how this is going to start not just a discussion in New York, but a national discussion. So we thank you as someone that went with it. And I want to thank Bill Drake, who's just my hero, and I look forward to fighting the fight with you. We're going to go all across this state. We're going to go all across this country until we have T&E, and we're going to stop endoscopic cross-contamination. Congratulations, Bill. Thank you.
Any questions?
Yes.
That there are 30 billion reasons for why they look at this decision to become into law. What are some of the biggest reasons that would happen to
Where I come up with the $30 billion number? Okay, let me explain it. So there are 10 million upper endoscopic procedures every single year in the United States. The reimbursement, and I should have explained this, the reimbursement is $3,000 per procedure for a regular EGD procedure where the patient comes in, there's anesthesia, they lose an entire day of work, and they're in the office. That's exactly what Joan Rivers had, and she didn't come back. Okay? Now, a small percentage, I don't want to scare everybody, but 0.05% of those procedures end up with some sort of complication. That's 50,000 people a year end up with some sort of complication, and unfortunately we do have deaths every single year. So what this bill addresses is the T&E would cause the patient not to be put out, all right? They wouldn't be under anesthesia. The way T&E works is the patient is upright, and it's on the video. I really would love everyone to watch the video.
Okay.
Patient is upright. The doctor puts a spaghetti-like instrument through the nose. It goes down. It goes right in the back of the throat, so your reflux is not. You don't have the reflux, and it goes down, and you can examine the vocal cords, the esophagus. Also, these procedures are videotaped, all right, as opposed to a normal EGT procedure where just pictures are taken, all right? So the reason why this doesn't happen is 30 billion reasons, because if you take the $3,000 and you multiply it by 10 million procedures, the medical profession makes $30 billion a year by traditional EGD procedures. And we're only saying we could take half of those out of the system. So half of those are just acid reflux screening, esophageal cancer screening. The applications are tremendous because it just takes 5 minutes without anesthesia to have the T&E instrument put down and to examine your vocal cords, your esophagus, and your upper stomach area. So great question. $200. $200. So it's $3,000 versus $200. 30 billion reasons why doctors are trying to shove this under the rug. That's the reason. It's the money.
Yes.
No, I've had it done.
I had it done.
We both had it done.
We both had it done.